today would be 25.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Steve McMurray, and for Gary.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a lot to get to this morning, but we want to start with a check of the Storm Tracker 2 forecast. And we talked last week that reality was going to set in, and it has, but not too bad. It's close, upper 30s. We've had much worse on our drives in.
Yeah, the bitter cold, I think, is the thing that I don't miss the most.
No
but
doubt.
yeah, we're still stuck in this damp weather pattern. It's late March, it's cloudy, it's rainy, it's snowy in some spots. In fact, a live look at the radar right now, there is some snow showers rolling through, but a lot of this isn't actually reaching the ground. Very light snow up in the atmosphere called Virga, which is drying up before it reaches the ground. And we can determine that by a lot of surface cameras, which are not reporting any flurries at this time. But it is snowing in Rochester, Buffalo, and in Saranac Lake. Not snowing currently in Rome and Hamilton here locally. But zooming in, those temperatures, as Steve mentioned, yes, it's in the 30s, but it's not too bad by March standards. It's 40 in Westernville, 34 Deansboro, even hovering around the freezing point in areas to the north. To the south, 34 Cooperstown, Oneonta, and 33 in Richfield Springs. And today, our high temperatures climb into the upper 30s, nearing low 40s, so a little cooler than yesterday. But overall, looking to be on the damp side with some spotty rain, drizzle, and flurries here and there. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. As we head into the next few days, again, tomorrow looking a little more unsettled, but as we turn the page to Thursday and Friday, we might actually dry out a little bit as we look ahead to the weekend. We'll have a look at that, plus the latest wind data for the past few months coming up in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The Trump administration is facing
A Storm Tracker 2 team where we track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Tuesday morning. Unlike yesterday, which was an icy and snowy start, this morning only some patchy light drizzle. Other than that, some light snow in areas to the north. A live look at some area roadways as we speak. Again, it looks a little damp after some overnight light rain, and again, even some spots waking up to that early this morning. But they seem to be nuisance rain showers, if that, right now. Very light and almost misty in nature. Our traffic tracker showcases a lot of green, which is, of course, good news for your morning commute today. We aren't really expecting high impact weather today, again, aside from just this overall damp pattern we're stuck in right now. Radar showing some light snow moving over the area. A lot of that isn't quite reaching the ground, but it is in some locations up to the north early today. But again, this morning, dealing with some spotty nuisance rain showers, temperatures in the 30s, warming up into the upper 30s to low 40s this afternoon with spotty showers continuing on. And we are tracking a cool down with some spotty snow showers for your Wednesday, but we actually dry out later on in the week. The details on that in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. With opening day set.
Know before they go. The Storm Tracker 2 bus stop forecast.
The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, on this Tuesday. Time now 5:21, and a look outside right now looks rather quiet in the city of Utica right now. Some locations up north experiencing some light snow at this point, but a lot of this isn't quite reaching the ground here in the Mohawk Valley, and especially dry conditions as you head south of Route 20. Zooming out, this is a broad area of low pressure impacting us not only today, but even into tomorrow as we get that northwesterly flow off the Great Lakes, unsettled damp conditions, and cooler weather. We're not seeing that warm up that a lot of locations to the south, the lower 48 in the United States, are experiencing this week. In fact, today's high temperature will be peaking in the upper 30s to low 40s, so slightly below average today temperature-wise. I want to focus, though, more on the winds today. It's going to be a bit breezy, between 15 and 20 mile per hour winds, at least wind gusts, and those winds remain somewhat consistent through the remainder of the week. Today and for Wednesday, windy. Thursday and Friday, still breezy, not quite calm just yet. And recapping how windy it's been so far this year, it's been windier than last year. 15 days, we've had gusts over 40 miles per hour, and 37 days, we've had gusts over 30 miles per hour. This, of course, is from stats from the Griffiths Airport in Rome. So, as you can see here, it's been quite a windy one so far this year. By the way, March is the typically windiest month of the year here in central New York, and this is why. We've got all these systems, low pressure systems moving over us. We're in storm paths all the time, and that's when we get these windy conditions. And now you can see here, a lot of that purple and pink sweep through our area. We'll see cool weather temporarily, a slight warm up as we end the work week Thursday and Friday. So our Skycast today showing somewhat unsettled weather, a mixed bag of drizzle and flurries and cloudy skies here and there. Temperatures in the 30s into the 20s tonight before we warm up again in the 30s tomorrow afternoon. Our coldest day of the next few, with some spotty flurries and potentially some grapple mixed in as well. That's that soft hail that falls apart in your hand. That could be potentially moving through the area tomorrow as well. Then tomorrow night, a passing snow shower from a front to the north, a cool overnight. And as we head into Thursday and Friday, we're back to right around average temperature-wise again. Into the 30s overnight into Saturday as rain and snow end, and it still looks to be a bit on the mild side, but still rather cool for Sunday and Monday by next week.
Ends right now.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray, in for Gary.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
We have a lot to get to this morning, but we want to get right to a check of that Storm Tracker 2 forecast because we had a little bit of everything yesterday and see what's in store today.
How about some ice to start in the morning, thunderstorm in the afternoon, maybe some grapple mixed in as well. Rain, snow, you name it, we had it yesterday. Today, a bit more certain when it comes to what we're expecting. A look at the radar right now indicates that we've got some snow showers up to our north. However, a lot of area cameras early today aren't really picking up on snow showers at this time, aside from, say, potentially Old Forge, Coldbrook, a few flurries up in Paseko as well. So this is not a widespread snow band early this morning. You can see it here on the current conditions as well. Snow in Rochester and Buffalo, but mainly cloudy skies here in the central New York area. So what happens today? Well, we warm up a few degrees from the 30s into the low 40s if we're lucky. Blustery conditions, a mixed bag of some rain and snow, so it's going to be an unsettled and damp day today. Heading into tomorrow, better shot for scattered snow showers, but overall this cooler pattern sticks around. We'll have a look at how long this lasts and if a warm-up could be on the way coming up in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The Trump administration is facing
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Tuesday morning. Time now is 6:12, and compared to yesterday, which was an icy morning for a lot of folks, today, well, the ice is really non-existent. Still a little damp out, though. Look at some area roadways with some overnight rain and even a few areas of light snow. This morning, same story, a few flurries falling in areas to the north and to the east. But a look at the traffic tracker right now, lots of green. There isn't an impact to travel heading out the door today. In fact, the radar, of course, showcasing some snow showers. They are light in nature, and a lot of that snow isn't reaching the ground. But as we head throughout the day today, this morning, patchy, light drizzle, if that. followed by a somewhat unsettled afternoon. It's going to be breezy, damp with drizzle and flurries here and there. And temperatures peaking into the 40s, low 40s if we're lucky this afternoon. Now we are tracking another unsettled day today, but will this unsettled pattern linger into the end of the week? We'll have that full forecast in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. With opening day set for this Thursday.
The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Time now 6:20 at sunrise this morning. A look at the current conditions out there right now at downtown Utica. Things are overall looking dry initially, but expect a damp and blustery day today as we'll see a northwest wind kick in, some rain, even a few flurries as well across the board today. In fact, right now as we speak, some flurries are falling in areas to the north, Redfield, parts of Old Forge, Whiteface, Mountaintop, and well as some locations here in northern Oneida and Herkimer counties are experiencing some of that light snow right now. And I want to zoom out a little bit in the radar and satellite and showcase what we see here as meteorologists and how we can determine the weather patterns looking ahead. And I want you to look at this flow here of the winds going to the west. And there's also this flow here. It almost looks as if it's like a river, correct? That's what's going on in the atmosphere. It's called the jet stream. And the winds usually follow that line as they move from west to east. And it'll move north, it'll move south, similar to a winding river. But overall, this is how we determine that for the near term, things are going to be cooler, slightly cooler than average to right around average. Now today, cooler than average, highs upper 30s, low 40s, normal high sits at 46 degrees. It's going to be a windy one as well. Wind speeds around 15 or so miles an hour sustained. Same thing for tomorrow. Winds will weaken a little bit Thursday and Friday, but still remain somewhat stubborn. And this is just a tail end of what's been so far a pretty windy start to 2025. So far this year, we've had 15 days with wind gusts over 40 miles an hour and 37 days with over 30 miles an hour. These both are higher than last year, and it's showcased just how windy it's been. By the way, March is our typical windiest month of the year here locally. So, low pressure to our north drags in this purple and pink, that cold air mass, into our area for tomorrow. But it does slowly exit, and we could see at least a more quiet stretch heading to Thursday and Friday as that ridge of high pressure moves in. But at least today you can see here, patchy light drizzle, flurries and sprinkles, damp weather expected today. Tonight, looking quiet. Then tomorrow, spotty snow showers giving way to a round of light snow overnight into early Thursday. But then by Thursday, things begin to quiet down. But so far, your next 5 to 7 days looking very late March-like with clouds, rain, and snow chances here and there heading into the weekend. But if today is your birthday, enjoy it, and here's a list.
The news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good Tuesday morning. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray in for Gary.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
So let's start this half hour with a check of that Storm Tracker 2 forecast and a little bit of everything yesterday.
Yep.
So what is in store today?
Well, today, a bit of a cool one, damp one, rain, snow, wind, the usual
not a
sort.
fun one.
Yeah, I wish I could sprinkle some lightness to it, but I mean, this is one of those days where we have to get through it before we get the light into the tunnel.
Exactly.
A look at the current conditions out there right now. We are tracking some flurries in areas to the north. In the past couple of hours, the snowfall activity is wound down, but still, we've got some flurries still falling areas to the north. But for much of the early morning today, things are looking quiet. Temperatures in the 30s with cloudy skies. So far, rain and snow activity hasn't really picked up yet here in the Mohawk Valley. Zooming in to some other local temperatures, 39 in Westernville, 38 Sylvan Beach, 33 Deansboro and 34 in Little Falls. Below freezing in areas to the north, and then to the south, 37 Unadilla, 34 in Cooperstown. And throughout the day today, we're not really warming up that much. From the 30s into the low 40s if we're lucky. Cloudy skies and patchy light drizzle and flurries with blustery winds. So it's that typical March weather that we can't quite get out of that weather pattern just yet, but we'll see how the rest of the week shapes up if we do see an end of the damp conditions and if we do warm up coming up in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning.
Know before they go. The Storm Tracker 2 bus stop forecast.
The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Tuesday morning. Today's photo of the day takes us to a blooming flower in Herkimer. Shout out to Herkimer this morning. This is a spring crocus by Kate. Amazing shot right here, and it goes to show you that even when we are fooled by spring showing up with 60s and 70s, Mother Nature is as well, with some of these flowers blossoming before we have cooled back down again. But there are still plenty of these flowers here as well. I know I've seen a lot of areas seeing their daffodils trying their best to bloom. Of course, maybe this isn't the best time with the 30s and 20s we've been experiencing the past few days. But still, if you have a spring photo like this one you'd like to share for our photo of the day every morning here on News Channel 2 at Sunrise, you can send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. There you can submit your photo in the seasonal tab of spring. And of course, as always, include your name in the description if you wish to receive credit. But today, again, it's a cool one. Temperatures beginning in the 30s across the board. Will remain in the 30s for much of the day today, maybe low 40s if we're lucky. But we are tracking a damp one and a breezy one. We'll have a look at how long that lasts into the week in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Syracuse linebacker.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Time now 6:47 on this Tuesday morning. As we take a look outside in just a second, we can see, of course, early today it's cloudy, it's overcast, it's a little breezy. But so far, things have not shaped up too unsettled as of early this morning, aside from parts of the North Country. By the way, a lot of activity picking up traffic-wise as that morning commute and the morning rush hour begins to move in. Radar showing some light snow in areas to the north, primarily in locations in the high peaks, as well as northern Oneida County and northern Herkimer County. But here in the Mohawk Valley and south, it's been pretty quiet so far early today. But that will not be the case all day long. As we take a look at the radar and satellite, we've got this northwesterly flow over the Great Lakes, which will add to that low-level moisture. And with that cold air present, will produce an overcast, cool, damp day with some spotty rain and flurries for much of the afternoon and evening. And so today's high temperatures will be peaking in the upper 30s, low 40s if we're lucky, but I don't think we might reach that. However, we are still slightly below average. Normal high sits at 46 degrees. Today's winds will be around 15 miles an hour, which is going to be on the windy side. Same thing for tomorrow. Breezy conditions continue through Thursday and Friday as this windy stretch continues on. And this is just showcasing what we've experienced so far this year for 2025. So far since the start of the year, 15 days, we've had over 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts totaling 37 days. So these numbers are both above what we saw last year already. And we're not even done with March yet. By the way, March is typically the windiest month of the year here in central New York. So the bigger picture, here we are with that low pressure to our north and west. It'll surge south producing damp and cool conditions for today and tomorrow. But that will exit to the north and to the east. Although there's warm air to the south, this right here won't really reach us. It will just be in the middle zone, meaning we'll be seeing average temperatures or slightly below average temperatures for the near term. So today, our skycast showing that lake effect producing some light drizzle and flurries, a damp day today. And by tonight, things quiet down temporarily before we are tracking some spotty snow showers throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures peaking in the 30s. Then a brief round of snow overnight, followed by a quieter Thursday. So not every day this week is going to be damp and rainy or snowy. Thursday and Friday looking quiet, rain and snow returning again on Saturday, and then a little bit of a warm-up on Sunday and Monday. If you count 50s a warm-up, I mean, we were just teased so bad last week. It was 70, it was sunny, it was beautiful. And we're back to this pattern. So don't worry, the warmth is on the way. We just have a little bit of a delay right now. The package got returned back to the sender.
Exactly. It'll make its way back at some point. All right. Thanks a lot, Eric. Well, the news of boxing legend George Foreman's passing
Now, and Eric, not too bad of a day out there.
Not too bad. I mean, compared to earlier in the season, below zero, strong winds, those wind chills, which were in the negative double digits. Today, yes, it's cool, it's unsettled, it's cloudy, but it's not too bad out there. A look at the current conditions right here on the Mesonet camera network. You can see lots of clouds, damp conditions, even a light dusting of snow in areas to the north, which haven't melted just yet as those temperatures have struggled to warm up. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar showcasing right now what is a broad area of light drizzle, flurries across the board as this continues on throughout the entire afternoon and evening today. Temperatures have risen above freezing in Rome right now, sitting at 37 degrees, but a passing flurry or two is possible mixing in with that light rain and light sprinkles. And so for the remainder of the day today, expect damp conditions, temperatures in the upper 30s. I don't think we'll quite make it to the low 40s with this cloud cover and this current rain and snow taking place right now. But by tonight, things quiet down. Tomorrow, a better shot for some spotty snow showers. We'll, of course, have a look at when all this ends and if there is a warm-up in the horizon coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office will be
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's turning out to be a breezy, cool, unsettled day. Matter of fact, a look at downtown Utica right now. I did see a few passing flurries in front of the camera right before we went on air here. I'll see if we can try to spot them again. But right now we're seeing what's going on as a mixing in the atmosphere of different precipitation types as we have such a variable layer of warm and cold air over us right now. So you could expect to see flurries mixed in with maybe some graupel as well as some sprinkles. Maybe the kitchen sink today, but at least we're not going to be seeing thunder and lightning like we saw yesterday. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radars. You can see here lots of sporadic light drizzle and flurries as expected will linger throughout the entire day today and in the early part of this evening. Things will eventually wind down tonight, but as you can see here, the overall pattern, this is what's shaping up our final week of winter here. Notice, if you can barely see it here, this is the jet stream, or at least the lower end of the jet stream here, hooking its way south, meaning that areas out to the west are experiencing warmth and spring-like temperatures, or at least warmer than average temperatures. Meantime, here in the northeast, we're seeing right around average to slightly below average due to that positioning. And at least when it comes to long-range outlooks beyond into the first week of April, we'll see some variability, but overall, the general trend is we'll be seeing these near-average, unsettled conditions, potentially April showers to start out the first week of April. So, chance of rain, you can see here, it's light variable on and off. Then it does end as we head into Thursday. So we'll see a dry stretch to wrap up the work week. But it's still going to be windy. Windy today and tomorrow, same thing Thursday and Friday. And it's been a windy year so far. 15 days we've had over 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and 37 days, over a month, where we've had 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts or higher. This is stats, of course, from Griffis in Rome. And this is breezier than it was last year, by the way. But, of course, March is the windiest month of the year, typically here in our area. So it's not an outrageous difference. But it's been a very windy year so far. So our Skycast showcasing this unsettled pattern today, drizzle, flurries, and the kitchen sink pretty much. Then by this evening tonight, things do wind down into early tomorrow morning. Then we'll see the arrival of some more spotty snow showers tomorrow afternoon. Pockets of graupel mixed in as well potentially. Then a last surge of light snow, producing a light coating of snow on the ground overnight into early Thursday before things do dry out by Thursday afternoon. So your 7-day forecast, it's still looking a lot like late March, but potentially mid-March with some of these temperatures here. Going from the 40s on Friday, upper 30s Saturday, potentially 50s Sunday and Monday. But following that, again, I don't see anything that indicates 70s or 80s just yet. We were teased last week.
Yeah.
It's on the way. I mentioned to Steve this morning, I think the delivery got sent back to the sender. We got to wait a few weeks for it to get it back again.
Yeah, very chilly March, that's for sure. Except for
chilly and windy.
Yeah, except for those 2 or 3 days last week. Eric, thanks. Well, the FBI has... Switching gears, meteorologist Eric Gage joins us now, and I saw some of those cameras up north, some snow up there.
Yeah, some snow falling, even a few flurries falling in Utica as well, mixing in with some drizzle. It's a damp day today, and I also want to emphasize, I mean, it is cloudy out right now, but how is the weekend shaping up? Because we have a partial solar eclipse arriving over us. Now, if you're wondering, this is not a total solar eclipse like we saw last April. That is a I would say once in a generation event that usually doesn't take place more than once every 70 or so years. But this is a partial solar eclipse, meaning that you will see almost a bite taken out of the sun, if you have the correct solar glasses. Hopefully you kept those from the previous eclipse, but I do have to say that when it comes to visibility, notice a lot of red here. Poor visibility is expected as we head into the weekend. Lots of clouds roll in. Why else would there be clouds? We live in central New York. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. It's still several days out, and hopefully we could see some changes. But at least for now, it's not looking good with visibility. But we let you know ahead of time in case that does take place. Again, it's during the sunrise of Saturday morning. So it'd be one of those unique events where you see the sunrise with a piece of it taken out. As Gary mentioned, yes, we have some snowfall on the ground here in parts of the North Country, Mohawk Valley and south. Again, it's been too warm and too, at least less active to keep that snow, so it's mainly bare ground to the south. But the radar is still picking up on that mix of rain and snow over parts of our area. This will continue through the remainder of the day today, quieting down tonight and returning again tomorrow. But we'll have a look at our next chances beyond this and how it looks heading into the weekend in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Country music star Trisha Yearwood.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today shaping up to be a little unsettled with some areas of snow, drizzle, and some pretty decent wind speeds. Downtown Utica live view right now, it's really not amounting to much. These snow showers and even some sprinkles are pretty sporadic, but at least the heaviest of it taking place up near Boonville right now. That looks to be where the heaviest band is currently setting up. But notice over pretty much all the area, you've got these very faint pockets of white and green indicating that drizzle and flurry taking place right now. Zooming out, this is all driven by that northwest flow of wind over the Great Lakes. So it's keeping our weather today unsettled and cool. And as we look ahead through all the data leading into the end of March, early April, yes, we could see some variable winds here, bringing in some warmer temperatures. By warmer, I'm thinking maybe closer to 50s, but the overall pattern doesn't point to anything close to a big warm-up like we saw last week. But either way, we're not tracking any major cool down either. So when it comes to our chance of rain or snow, depending on elevation, you can see here it's a little unsettled for the next couple of days. We do dry out again temporarily overnight, returning again by Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That's that push of a final round of snow before things quiet down Thursday morning. But the winds persist today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, although later in the week won't be nearly as windy. But still, it's been a pretty windy stretch with over 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts at 37 days so far this year. Over a month of our year so far, we've seen windy conditions. But to our Skycast today, we started out with quiet conditions, but here we are with some scattered rain and snow showers across the board. This, again, isn't really amounting to much here. Any flurries that do fall will not really produce anything more than a dusting of snow, if that. Tonight, things quiet down. Tomorrow, by the late morning, early afternoon, we'll see a return to some scattered snow showers. Some pockets of graupel mixed in as well. So you could see that very, I would say that soft sleet could fall as well. And then we'll see the arrival of that final round of snow heading into the overnight hours and early Thursday. Then things dry out into Thursday afternoon, into Thursday evening, with even some peaks of sunshine before sunset. However, as we head into Thursday night into Friday, overnight here, there'll be additional rounds of rain and snow ending Friday, and then a return to more unsettled weather. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, cutting it close on Sunday, but you see that warming trend a little bit, but that's really about as warm as we get the next few days, next week or so. 50s, which again isn't too bad. I know a couple weeks ago we were dealing with below zero wind chills and whatnot, so I guess we'll take this.
That's for sure. And I see a little bit of sun Thursday, so
Yeah, later on the day, Thursday, we'll see some sunshine.
look forward to that. Well, the news of boxing legend
Cast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Kind of a gloomy day today. Yeah, cold, windy. I think we're going to have another day like this tomorrow, but things are going to slowly get better. Kind of gloomy out there this evening. Snow showers still flying, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. The good news is that this is not causing any traveling concerns. It's pretty light. Temperatures are above freezing, but not by much. We're sitting at 38 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, cloudy skies. That wind upon us again today. We'll see similar conditions for tomorrow. The weather will slowly start to break. Thursday, Friday, we get a break from the wind. We'll get a break from any rain or any snow. The weekend is trending wetter, but also warmer, especially on Saturday. So we'll have some updates for you on that. Snow showers this evening, temperatures in the 30s. We're tracking, again, some improvements in our weather. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Senior members of the Trump administration.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Cloudy, dreary conditions as expected today. It's live looking downtown Utica, 38 degrees. It is chilly out there, and we've got a wind, even a few light snow showers. And it's unfortunate because we do have the chance of seeing the northern lights tonight, but of course cloud cover is going to be an issue. It looks like the best chance would be after sunset. Looks like a pretty similar setup to Friday, but of course Friday we had clear skies. It is worth mentioning if you live south of the Mohawk Valley, there will be at least a few breaks in the overcast this evening. So for parts of our area, it might be worth taking a glimpse to the north when it gets dark enough. But again, we are going to be contending with cloud cover for a good portion of the area, especially in and north of the Mohawk Valley. In fact, not only clouds, but also some snow showers. Yes, they are continuing to fly in parts of central New York, primarily north of the Mohawk Valley. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This snow is light. We're not expecting any accumulation. We're not expecting any travel issues with this. It's another windy day tomorrow, but we do get a break in the noticeable winds. It becomes breezy with a light breeze heading into the weekend. Bigger picture shows a large area of low pressure that continues to swing through and is bringing plenty of cloud cover along with lake effect snow showers. And we'll be dealing with this again tomorrow before things start to change. Tonight, overcast skies. Again, a couple of breaks in the overcast south of the Mohawk Valley, but again, most of us are dealing with clouds tonight. Temperatures drop into the upper 20s. Mostly cloudy skies again tomorrow. Another day with wind, scattered snow showers, little accumulation is expected. High temperatures in the upper 30s. The weather continues to stay unsettled tomorrow night, but we do get some clearing on Thursday. Partly sunny skies, less windy, warmer, so a step in a more comfortable direction to be outdoors. A few sprinkles arrive late Thursday night as another weak weather system rolls through. Mostly cloudy tonight, low temperature of 29. Some occasional snow showers tomorrow. It's windy, it's cold, 38 for the high, feeling like the 20s throughout most of the day with that west wind between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, partly sunny skies on Thursday, 46, mostly cloudy on Friday, 48. A couple of dry days heading into the weekend. The next weather maker brings widespread rain as we head into the weekend. Temperatures climb into the 50s Sunday and Monday, and then back into the 40s looking ahead to Tuesday. More typical weather, at least going forward. A little chilly today, but it does warm up a little bit heading into the weekend.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Thank you. Investigators are zeroing in on weatherologist Bill Curtis.
Tracking some chilly weather for the short term, but we are looking at a long-term warming trend here. Temperatures are going to be slowly climbing from the 30s tomorrow to the 50s as we head into Sunday. Let's talk about the wind. We've had a lot of windy days so far in 2025. 15 days where the winds have gusted over 40 miles an hour. We compare this to last year with this stretch. We only had 10 days in that same stretch of time. So 5 additional days where we've seen strong winds. And if you think about it, we've had 13 weeks of the year. We've been averaging at least 1 strong wind event per week. That seems to be the long-term average. And again, this has a lot to do with just a very active weather pattern and the windiest part of the year. Dealing with the wind out there today, along with some snow showers, a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you're taking the dog out for a walk, it is chilly. Bundle up. Tonight's featured dog, Chase from Ilion. This is brought to you by Nissan. We do have some warmer weather ahead. A look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
$2 million in grant.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Cloudy skies across central New York. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Temperature of 38 degrees. And we take a look over in Oneonta. There are some breaks of sunshine across the southern part of our area. And we have a chance of seeing the northern lights tonight. There's a piece of energy that's expected to come off the sun and interact with Earth's atmosphere. And it's about the same level that we saw on Friday. And we were able to catch a glimpse of the lights even just outside of our studios here at WKTV at around 10:15. We're hoping to get the same kind of luck tonight, but the problem is we're dealing with cloud cover. It looks like the best opportunity would be before midnight. But the cloud cover is going to be a problem, especially in and north of the Mohawk Valley. But south of the valley, there could be a few breaks. So I just want to put this out there because there is the chance, it's going to take a little bit of luck, but there is the chance that a few of you might be able to catch this tonight. And again, better odds south of the Mohawk Valley compared to north, mainly because of cloud cover. Not just clouds, but we have some snow showers that are continuing to fall north of the Mohawk Valley. As a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Quick check of the snowfall for the season. We haven't really been adding much at all, 103.3 inches to date. March has been pretty quiet. In fact, we've been quietly trimming back the departure from average. We are going to finish above average because our average is 95 inches, but it doesn't look like it's going to be all that far above average. Of course, it all depends on the next couple of weeks. But we're not seeing any big snow in the future here, at least for the short term. Windy tomorrow, less wind. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro, 38 degrees. Mike in New Hartford, 39. Norway, 39. Jeff in Mohawk, 41. Skidivas checking in with 40. Stewart in Cooperstown also with 40 degrees. An area of low pressure continues to drive our weather today. That will be the case again tomorrow as it moves to the east. Plenty of cloud cover. More on and off snow showers will continue here on Wednesday. Tonight, a passing snow shower. Again, some breaks in the overcast south of the valley. Temperatures drop into the upper 30s, or I should say upper 20s. Tomorrow, high temperatures climb into the upper 30s. More scattered snow showers expected little accumulation, no problems on the roadways expected. Tomorrow night, the skies turn partly cloudy, and we should see some sunshine Thursday. Less wind, slightly warmer temperatures too, with highs in the low 40s. Mostly cloudy tonight, low temperature of 29. Tomorrow, scattered snow showers, another windy afternoon, 38 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather improves Thursday and Friday. It warms up. It turns less windy, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Saturday, rain, 45. Steady rain expected Sunday and Monday. Highs close to 50. Partly sunny skies on Tuesday with highs in the mid-40s. We'll be right back.
First look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Another gloomy day today. Cloud cover, snow showers, especially north of the Mohawk Valley, and that wind continues. A current temperature of 37 degrees, cloudy skies. It feels like 31 with that west-northwest wind at around 8 miles an hour. A little bit less wind today compared to yesterday. The weather remains unsettled. We do get a break in the wind as we head towards the end of the week. This weather system that's impacting central New York is going to lift out by then. But the next one will be moving in as we head into the weekend. The weekend is trending wetter. This evening, snow showers, temperatures drop into the 30s. We should get a few breaks in the overcast south of the Mohawk Valley, and there's a very small chance that parts of our area could see the northern lights tonight. We'll have a look at that, and also a warming trend heading towards the weekend. Look at the forecast coming up. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. New at 6, an Oneida fire.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Plenty of cloud cover across central New York this evening. The weather is going to improve. We should see some sunshine return. We'll get pieces of it tomorrow, but a better chance on Thursday. And really, that's when the weather will start to warm up and turn less cold. Live look at downtown Utica, 37 degrees, overcast skies. And it's unfortunate because there is the chance that the northern lights could show up tonight. But we're going to be contending with cloud cover. It looks like this energy from the sun is going to impact North America in the next couple of hours, which would bring us the chance to see them from sunset onward to about midnight. But again, it's the cloud cover that we're contending with. I want to mention this, though, because it's not the entire area that stays cloudy. If you live south of the Mohawk Valley, there could be some breaks in the overcast. And with cloud cover forecasting, it only takes a break at the right time to be able to spot the northern lights. And this doesn't look to be 100% cloud cover the entire night in the red here. So it's worth taking a peek after sunset. But again, just set your expectations here. It's going to be pretty tough to see. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Snow showers continue to the north. Speaking of snow, we stand at 103.3 inches for the city of Utica. Just a quick check on that. We haven't collected much snowfall in the month of March. We've had a very quiet March so far, and we don't see any big snowfall within the next week. Windy conditions here for tomorrow. The winds have been relentless this season, and we will see less wind on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Our sky watchers, our neighbors checking in. Whitesboro, 38 degrees. Helen and Cassville, 36. Helen, you were late, by the way, calling in. Mohawk, 41 degrees. Inlet, 28. Across Southern Valleys, Skenevis, 40 degrees. Worcester with 40 degrees. So you look at the radar and satellite image. Scattered snow showers continue north of the Mohawk Valley. The weather will be quieting down as this area of low pressure swings through. We will see some clearing skies as we head into Thursday. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Scattered snow showers. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. There will be a few breaks in the overcast. Wednesday, again, another cloudy day. Some scattered snow showers. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s. Better chance for breaks in the overcast on Thursday. We're calling it partly sunny. And it looks less windy and warm, too. Warmer, I should say, with high temperatures in the 40s. Mostly cloudy tonight, low temperature of 29. Tomorrow, snow showers, windy, a high of 38. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Thursday, Friday, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Rain returns over the weekend, but the temperatures warm up. Saturday's high 45. Sunday, Monday, temperatures near 50 degrees. With widespread rain, and then we get a chance to dry out. And it does cool down a little bit as we look ahead to Tuesday.
All right, Bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Still to come. Time now for our first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Outside again tonight. Checking out. It's cold out.
The meteorologist didn't bring enough warm gear.
Didn't stop you from getting some Northern Lights pictures, though.
Take a look. So this wasn't as brilliant as Friday's show,
But you can
see it's a very faint glow. Now, this is with my DSLR camera. I couldn't see it with my naked eye, but I could see it with the camera, and it was very distinct. So we were fortunate enough to be able to spy on some nice color to the north. And if you have a good view to the north, you should still be able to see it for now. But I'm looking at the parameters, the changes in the solar cycles, and it looks like it is going to be waning here pretty soon. Hey, we were fortunate enough to be able to see anything tonight. I mean, we were expecting cloudy skies. We've got clear skies in place for now. And again, that was a little bit of a surprise. We were expecting the clouds to be a little bit more stubborn tonight, but that wasn't the case. And already down to 28, so it's pretty chilly out there. Different story to the north, where it's been lightly snowing, and it still is lightly snowing up towards Old Forge. Temperatures are going to be on the cool side tomorrow. We're still in the upper 30s, but we do warm up as we head into the weekend. Temperatures will be in the 40s and the 50s here by Sunday. Mostly clear tonight, low temperature of 29. Tracking a chilly start to the day tomorrow, along with a little bit of a warm up. Look at the forecasts coming out. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, a Bloomfield man is...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. If you are trying to capture the northern lights tonight, it's camera only, and it's not going to last for very much longer. The parameters are starting to go down, so if you haven't been able to catch it this evening, I think you're going to be out of luck because, again, things are not looking as favorable going forward. We did get some clear skies this evening, and a lot of our viewers were able to capture some photos. You can check out my Facebook page. A lot of people sharing what they've experienced tonight, and a couple of pretty nice photos going along with that. Our next celestial event is a partial solar eclipse that's going to be taking place on Saturday. Remember, we had the total solar eclipse last year. This is only a partial, and this is going to be right around sunrise, and only part of our area will see, our area will see a partial eclipse. About 20% of the sun will be covered by the moon. You need to have special glasses to see this, the solar glasses. If you still have those around, you're going to want to watch this event with the solar glasses. Again, this is Saturday morning. Right now, sky conditions aren't looking great either, although we should have a few breaks in the overcast as we head into Saturday morning. So it's something we still might be able to watch. 28 degrees downtown Utica, clear skies, snow showers to the north. Things look pretty quiet out there tonight. Our season snowfall total, quick check on that, 103.3 to date, running about 11 inches above average. It's been pretty quiet here this March, at least in terms of snow, but not with wind. It's been a very windy month. It's going to be another windy day tomorrow. The breeze is going to be sticking around Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Bigger picture shows low pressure swinging in from the west. The winds have temporarily shifted to the southwest, allowing for some breaks in the overcast, but more snow showers are going to be moving in as we head into tonight and tomorrow. We'll see some on and off snow showers on your Wednesday. It's chilly, it's windy. Temperatures will be in the 30s. It's going to feel like 20s. Little snow accumulation is expected. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy skies expected. And Thursday, we should see some sunshine. Temperatures climb into the low 40s. So we'll get a little bit of a break in the weather as we head towards the end of the week. Mostly cloudy tonight, low of 29. Tomorrow, snow showers, windy, 38. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather gets less windy, warmer, and sunnier as we head into Thursday and Friday. The next weather system arrives Saturday. A cold rain, 45 degrees. Widespread rain Sunday and Monday. Temperatures into the 50s. So a little bit of a warm up here, but wow, it's pretty chilly outside tonight trying to watch the northern lights. Didn't bring his gloves.
Should have said something. I got gloves for you.
I should have
Got
said
time now, or is it over?
It's kind of over, yeah.
Maybe there's tomorrow.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next. Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Some northern lights tonight in our viewing area And you got this great picture, what, about 10:30 tonight, right after we did the 10 o'clock news?
10:30. I thought this was kind of winding down because the green glow kept dimming, but all of a sudden it started shooting up pink pillars.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, this is right outside the WKTV parking lot, and you don't have to be on Smith Hill to see these. As long as you're to the north anywhere away from clouds. We were fortunate enough to see this evening. By the way, these pictures are from a camera in night mode. I was not able to see it with my naked eye, unlike Friday where I could see a very light glow. I wasn't able to capture it tonight with my eyes, but the camera did a good job, which to me can be just as exciting. Just as exciting, the fact that we actually had clear skies. That was not expected. Skies are mostly clear at the current moment, 28 degrees. We should see clouds fill back in tonight. We are still tracking some snow to the north. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. That will be winding down. As we look ahead, temperatures are going to slowly warm up. Tomorrow's high 38. We'll climb into the 40s over the weekend, and then into the 50s here beginning Sunday. Mostly clear tonight. Again, overnight lows in the upper 20s. We are tracking some warmer weather along with some a little bit less in the way of wind. Look at the forecast that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, Boonville Man is.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. So if you've been trying to sneak a picture of the Northern Lights tonight, the best viewing was relatively recent, but I'm just looking at some of the data. This is winding down, and the lights are going to fade into tonight. So I think you've lost your chance here going forward, but we will get more opportunities, and if we do, we'll pass them along, and we'll try to let you know ahead of time if you can check these out. What we've been noticing is that we've been getting a lot of events. If you have a good camera, you can see a lot more of these than you might realize. Next on the list, a partial solar eclipse taking place Saturday morning. This is right around sunrise. This partial eclipse will have the moon cover about 20% of the sun. You need special glasses to see this. The solar glasses that you used last year during this total solar eclipse, you're going to need them again for this. This is taking place Saturday morning. Right now, clouds are probably going to be an issue, but again, you never know, because that was the case tonight. We thought it was going to be cloudy, but we had couple of breaks here and there, and that's all it takes sometimes. Temperature of 28 degrees in downtown Utica, tracking snow showers in Lewis County. The weather looks pretty quiet tonight. Quick check of the snowfall stats here. 103.3 inches to date, 11.8 inches above average. We're pretty much through the snow season statistically. 91.5 inches to date. Our season total is 95 inches, so only a few more inches typically falls between now and the end of the season, but again, you never know. I don't foresee anything in the immediate future in terms of accumulation. Windy weather tomorrow. The winds will give us a break here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and this is all being driven by an area of low pressure that's moving in from the northwest, bringing cold, cloudy, unsettled weather. We're going to deal with this again tomorrow. Scattered snow showers will return. Looking at partly cloudy skies tonight, overnight lows drop into the 20s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. Scattered snow showers develop in the afternoon. Little accumulation is expected. It's windy, it's cold. Temperatures in the 30s. Tomorrow night, we start to see some clearing take place, and I think it's going to be partly sunny here for Thursday. Temperatures climb into the 40s here, so a little bit warmer and a little bit less windy as we round the week. Mostly cloudy tonight, low of 29. Tomorrow, snow showers, windy, 38. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather warms up heading towards the weekend. We're tracking rain for Saturday, 45. Rain continues Sunday and Monday, but it warms up. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Partly sunny skies Tuesday with highs in the mid-40s. We'll be right back.